The optics prediction on February 7th that Henry would be jerked to Jesus before the sun rises again proved to be accurate. That night, about 100 Las Vegas citizens gathered silently in the streets and marched to the jail. They battered down the door, demanded and received the keys to the cells from the jailer, opened cell doors, and led Henry and Dorsey out with ropes around their necks. The wounded Webb was carried from his cell. Leading and carrying the prisoners through the dark streets to the West Las Vegas Plaza, the mob halted at the windmill at the center of the plaza, the hanging windmill, and dragged the three up to the windmill platform, the ropes still around their necks. The nooses were adjusted and the other ends of the ropes looped up over the beams in the windmill superstructure. The three were asked if they had anything to say before being hanged. Tom Henry replied that his true name was Thomas Jefferson House, and requested that somebody write to his parents, Mr. and Mrs. U.B. House in Pueblo, Colorado. "Boys, it's pretty rough to be hung, but I wish someone would write to my father and mother," he said. "I will stand the consequence and die like a man." James West said only that his real name was James Lowe, although it was determined later that he was Anthony Lowe, from Kansas. James Dorsey said nothing of his background, declaring that he had not a friend or relative in the world. West, suffering from his wounds and shivering in the cold, was selected to be the first to pay the penalty. When he began to whimper, Henry turned to him and said, "Jim, be still and die like a man." "Boys, you are hanging a mighty good man," West said, regaining his composure. His last words before he swung up in the air were, "Please button up my pants." At that moment, according to some of the reports, Joe Carson's widow, who was in the crowd, picked up a rifle and began shooting at the three victims. General gunfire then erupted as the mob followed her lead. Tom Henry, falling to his knees in the ensuing hail of bullets, crawled to the edge of the windmill platform, pleading, "Boys, for God's sake, shoot me again, shoot me in the head."